protected by these little drones that we see in the air. We'll see a lot of those this game.
We are indeed. I gave my plea to the NA teams during the SA match, but clearly it went unheard as we got some more Skull Merchant today. Though, do want to note this is an interesting setup here over on main side. We saw a very similar 4-gen during the SA Grand Finals, but the SA team going up against the Skull Merchant was able to break into not just the same 3-gen, but the 4-gen all the while. So I think that these guys here can do so as well, though I imagine they're on Shaq's side as we speak, chugging away at those gens.
Yeah, and just a note on the add-ons, we do see where the unhackable state is increased on the yellow add-on, and then we also have the cooldown time of manually activating the drones. So a little bit of slowdown on those drones that they last a little bit longer. And it looks like they're not even going to protect their 3-gen on the main side. They're going to commit to this chase, but that was a really good vault. So it seems like they're deciding what to do here.
Yeah, no, this is going to be really interesting. Once again, it's going to be a bit slow and grindy. We see a survivor grabbing a claw trap on the back left-hand gen as we speak. We also did see scratch marks making their way over towards the right side as well. So Skull Merchant going to be needing to be a little bit careful lest these survivors do break into this 3-gen without them knowing.
And with the information of the drone, we're going to start our first chase in our 3-gen. So this is exactly what Peps wants to do. But good pathing from our Adam, going from pallet to pallet and actually greeting it. This may be a hit. Yeah, very, very tasty hit. But they're going to take the hit and run all the way across map. They don't want to get down in that setup, as we do see they're going to break off for the gen. And this is where the slow down, the grindy game happens, where you take a hit and you can't really commit to it if they gain a lot of distance. But it seems like Peps is actually rotating a little bit down to it, and they do find our Nancy, but don't find our injured Adam.
Yeah, imagine Adam set up for the reset over in Shaq as we speak. Mind you, survivors are very much aware of a sloppy butcher being put into play, as well as, of course, oppression and overcharge. Only perk that they might not be aware of so far is eruption, though we, the viewers, are aware of it due to the fact that we would otherwise see a Colorblind noise notification here by now.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested on the eruption because, you won't be committing to too many chases. But nonetheless, eruption is always a great slowdown perk, especially when you're kicking gens with this kind of build. And we do see the fully, I wouldn't say infected, but the fully, they're on X9 note, but very nice body block from Adam. They're not going to be able to commit to that. And we're going to see the reset. And once again, the back and forth until the Skull Merchant can find a really good chase to take on. And we get the first generator popped in front of their face at the main building. So that does break the 3-gen on this side of the map.
Yeah, the question now is whether or not we're going to see the Skull Merchant transition over towards Shaq's side now, as that's the only 3-gen left on the map. So going to be interesting to see what they're going to do now, what their strategy is going to become, whether or not they start committing to more and more chases, as they are going to need to get hook stages here and cannot rely on the hour-long DBD game ended by the entity.
One thing to note, there's only one drone available right now, and due to them breaking that 3-gen, I don't know if Peps is deciding to just take some chases here and try and get these drones back in order to set up on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to say. Adam, though, tripping off the drone here. Not all too worried, though, as they are already injured, so exposed does not matter much. They are going to be trying to transition over towards another tile, but getting boxed out here by the Skull Merchant. Looks like this will result in the first down. However, another gen being deleted. Not sure which one. Looks like it is that middle gen, so we got a bit of a 2-3 split right now.
Yeah, it does look like it was a middle gen, and this is going to be a basement hook. Basement with the drone is actually kind of terrifying. You can't really hack the drone. It looks like it is outside. But with our first look of the game, we do see someone on our little device there who is the ace. But looks like, no, I don't know what our skull merchants decided to do here. It looks like they're gonna leave a basement and not put the drone downstairs either.
Yeah, no, it looks like they are just kind of going to sit around here, but not really commit to the basement, checking on the progress of these gens. I mean, survivors, I imagine, just don't care at this point. They've broken into the 3-gen. They're probably already working on the gens over by Shack. Honestly, I'd be surprised if they... Actually, no, they already broke the 3-gen. The middle gen was not completed. It was the 3-gen over on Shack's side that was broken into instead. So we have a 2-2-1 split right now with the 1-gen in the middle there. Rating like a pseudo 3-gen. It's a bit too large for my liking if I was the killer here.
Yes, at this point, this is where the skull merchant is probably just going to try and play from some stages or some kills, as they do find the Atom once again, right coming up from the unhook, and we do see live, so they are able to rotate down to the next tile, and they are going to play it. Pallet not coming down. Really good play from the survivor, but a nice swing for the skull merchant. Not going to be able to get through it. No Eruption Valley. I don't believe I heard anyone screamed.
Yeah, definitely that 10% regression. No, looks like there was a Eruption Valley. We see there that aura reading from New Eruption revealing the ace, I think, on that gen.
Yeah, so that was good information. So you know one survivor at least is in the area that was working the gen. But with the way the gens are, you can split on them and pressure the killer for sure, because most of these gens are all in the corner of the map. We see one here, see one in the other corner, we see one all the way on the other side of the map as well.
Yeah, we see scratch marks coming in towards middle here, potentially going to go for the unhook. I mean, maybe the best thing that they can do right now is start to, you know, unhook the Atom. Looks like they reassurance the Atom actually, but not right before they get the unhook. Looks like they were able to get the hit on the Nancy. Both of them injured. No body block incoming. Unless there is a true BT or a off the record, Adam is in a bit of a tough spot as he's going to try and make their way over towards the Shack.
And a nice live, because it gives them so much distance, and our killer's not going to commit to it because they do have Shack pallet. So that's a big time waster and a really good play from our survivor. And now we're back to the gens. Most likely we'll see the reset onto the Atom so they can get back into this game, and that's going to be Plasma. Just buying the team a couple more seconds with each of those kicks.
Yeah, and it looks like we do see the ace nearby, as we did see them starting to get exposed by that drone there. However, not sure where they are now. Looks like they are back near the drone, potentially hacking it as we speak. And man, this gen is about to pop.
I think if right now, if we're our skull merchant, we'll be feeling the pressure, feeling all the checks on our king, and the survivors, they're playing all their pieces very well. Like, the gens are spread out and very good stealthing, but they are going to get found. Unfortunately, this is a sprint burst, so they do gain a lot of distance, so that hit's going to come out very far away from the gen. So gaining all the distance, you don't want to get down by any of these active gens, or else they're going to get camped and kicked. But they do unfortunately run into this active gen. Gonna find our ace, but ace, really good distance, gonna make it to the pallet, getting the stun. So even more distance from our ace, so just gonna have to drop, chase, and head on back to the generators.
Yeah, no, honestly, this is exactly what the survivors need to do. Adam's going to be staying on Shack's side. The other three survivors are going to be breaking into this 3-gen here and just chipping away, chipping away. We saw it in the SA game as well, where really the biggest thing you can do is just take the hit and run, and or just leave really early. Use your resources to make some distance between you and the skull merchant, and just kind of force them back and forth between two of the farthest gens, and that's exactly what the survivors are doing here. Surprising though to see Adam in the back of main when they are currently on death hook.
Whoa, that didn't hit. That's actually a huge miss there, because if you would have gotten that injury, you would have had this survivor who is on death hook a lot closer to the down, and they make it to this rock, but not gonna make it to the pallet before they get hit.
And going back towards main now, a little bit surprising there, potentially a little bit of bait, knowing that they might give the skull merchant here the last hook, but they'll get the gen and the last laugh there, as they will complete that 5th generator. I'm sensing that Adam will be going back to the campfire via the end city, but I think the other 3 survivors will be escaping via the exit gate here today.
Yeah, most likely it's looking like a 3-out And 3-stage, honestly, right? Because this only the Atom has been hooked all game. It's gonna be the down with Bloodlust, but with our gate cross map, Park. Oh, whoa! What is Ace doing here? Ace getting found, so gonna give a tag, but most likely someone is on that gate as they're running towards it.
Now, do want to point out that new buckle up is allowed in DBDCC. I'm surprised we haven't seen a spicy for the people buckle up play as of yet.
Oh, I've seen a lot of those plays in the pub matches, in the videos, but looks like it doesn't come in here. It's going to be a 1K3 stage match from the Survivor team. We do see the swings from the killer, but well played from the Survivor team. Just pressuring all those gens slowly but surely, as you were saying, chipping away at them. And they come out on top here with a 3-out. Strong start for Team Petroleum.
All right, and we are back for the final half of North America's Dead by Daylight Community Cups, and we are going to be seeing Petroleum's killer Momo killing against Vice's Survivor team as the Twins. No Skull Merchant here for the final trial. I'm excited about this. How about you and Timmy?
Oh, I'm excited because we saw this earlier in the EU finals where someone played Twins, but with the way that the perks are set up, it is kind of difficult with Twins. You do need to pressure the survivors a lot, but they do have snowball potential, and given the win condition where they do need to get at least 1 kill and at more than 3 stages, looks like Momo decided to go for the Twins. And I like the build, I like the decisions, and they do get a fast injury and already chasing their next survivor, try to get the M1 hit, but they do find another filler pallet. We do see the pallets getting chucked because we know this is Community Cup gameplay, but it looks like the pathing is gonna work for Nia. They do make it to the main window, very safe window against an M1 killer as Charlotte, but looks like Victor does come back and they're pathing away from that chase and finding once again our ace, but unfortunately making it to another pallet.
Yeah, no, Twins doing a fantastic job here, knowing exactly where the ace was, and will get the down at the pallet. However, they do need to be careful about not getting pallet stunned here. Gonna leave Victor to act as a bit of a radar here. I'm not sure if any of the survivors will be able to come in and get the pickup, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, I hear the footsteps.
Do hear it?
Oh, but it was make it happen.
That was actually really close from base.
Yeah, I can only imagine, much like that killer instinct, the hearts pounding there in that moment as they heard feet approaching, but the Twins able to get the first hook here. As a reminder, realistically speaking, Petroleum and the Twin just needs to get a 3 hook here in order to secure victory. Actually, I guess 4 hooks, as we did see the Skull Merchant get a 3 hook 1K with 3 survivors escaping via the X gates. We do see what looks to be the Nia and the Kate here trying to get a heal. Kate now injured, unable to get the heal in. This is actually a huge amount of pressure here that the Twins have built up.
Yeah, because at this moment, there's only 1 healthy survivor, and you do know both survivors are cross map. So if anyone comes in, which is Claudette, it's most likely going to be a trade. So it's still going to be a lot of pressure. And that's going to be revealing our next perk. So with the information from Rancor, you do know all survivors are cross map, and it seems like they're just trying to chug the generators away, and they're going to park Charlotte in the middle of the map in order to gain like the control of the map. I know we talk about Skull Merchant playing chess, but Twins just alike is a back and forth, move here, move there, where it definitely makes differences on what each side does.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? There's a lot to keep track of with Twins, and the cool thing is that Twins can kind of pressure in multiple ways. So, like, you pounce on a survivor, they're unable to heal, they're able to work on gens, so you're taking them off of the gens and off of the ability to heal. They're really slowing the game down to a crawl, and the thing is, you could always give the Twins Victor back, but you know what that's going to do, and that's only going to result in more pressure. We do see Nia going for the unhook here, going to be a 1-for-1 trade, and Ace will get away, but this here's going to be the third hook state. Survivors at this point in time going to need to complete 4 generators and escape via the exit gates.
Yeah, so at this moment, you had to come in for this trade, because if this survivor did get sacrificed on this hook, they were only going to need 1 more hook stage after it. So now with the with the trade, at least there's still a chance for the team to try and get the generator, see if they can come back from this. It's going to be pretty difficult with Deadlock, because Deadlock's going to slow the generator progress, but they do at least get their second generator on the board. Still trying to find a survivor. As hopefully they do find one of the injured survivors. That's what they're aiming for at this moment. But with too much time spent, looks like they're just going to park Victor, see if they get any kind of instinct. But they do get the unhook in time before any kind of pressure if they were heading back to the hook.
Yeah, really well done there by the survivors, sneaking past the twins while Charlotte was in the middle and Victor was out and about. Ace trying to go for the kick, but Victor switching over just a little bit too fast. And that there will be 3 survivors injured once again. Only 3 able to work on gens. And we know that another injured survivor is nearby. And looks like we do have another one back there in Shack as well.
So we do find the scratch marks from our only healthy survivor, which is Kate. So if Kate can keep this chase up without getting any kind of tag, we'll see if the survivors can get a reset going and try to get back into this game. We do see the pallet going down and running towards main, and they're not going to commit to it because they do know the pressure that's still within on the other side of the map.
I mean, they know full well where all 3, now 2 injured survivors are, so it makes sense to, you know, bring out Victor, make their way over towards Shaq, and see if they can get another down. There's the ace, but it's actually probably the worst thing to do is to get the down on the ace here, because they're able to pick him up really quickly here, whereas if you get the injure on another survivor, then they can't do anything. But here, ace is going to be up, Victor coming back out, and looks like they're going to try and regroup here. Victor not want to go through the pallet, though, at the risk of getting crushed.
Yeah, so really good heads-up play from Momo going away from the pallet, and they do end up finding the Nia. Not going to get the blind, unfortunately. So it's going to be the Victor pounce, and with a lot of survivors in the area, we do have an injured survivor as well. It could spell for a snowball here pretty soon.
Yeah, things are definitely looking good here for the twins. Ace trying to make it towards the tile here. Will successfully get the vault there and make a little bit of distance back towards Shaq, but not a lot of resources left here in this middle area. Dropping the pallets almost immediately. With Victor back in hand, though, I'm thinking that we're going to see a pretty quick down here. At the very least, the twins are going to set up for one.
Ooh, that's a very nice vault. Very double vault. Trying to predict it. Not going to go for the triple vault. But they do get a third generator. But Ace is playing this chase tremendously well. Able to keep up against Victor, who is a very fast killer on the ground, running around the generator. But they are going to get hit into the kick.
There's the 40 people, though.
40 people coming in clutch.
And it could also be a buckle up, so we'll have to buckle in and see what happens here. If there's an endurance stats effect about to proc, we see the Claudia trying to go for the body block as well. But no, they go down.
Ooh, and just barely getting the kick. It seems like they let go of the button there for a split second.
And Ace vaulting out, not wanting to play the Twins games here. We do see scratch marks going out. Looks like Twins does feel comfortable getting a pickup. Not hearing any footsteps, so that will be the 4th hook state that they needed here in order to secure victory for the North America Dead by Daylight Community Cup. So congratulations to Petroleum being the last one, or last team, to be crowned the champion for DBDCC. With that being said, the game is not over yet. We are still going to be treated to more twins here against Vice's Survivor team.
Yeah, so with the hook, all the way by Shaq, you do see the 2 gens across map, so looks like they're going to go ahead and check on them, see the progress, see what kind of pressure the survivors have on the map. Don't hear too much. I don't know if they saw someone in this edge map. They did! Finding the Nia, getting the pounce, that's huge.
See, I thought we were playing Dead by Daylight and not Assassin's Creed because apparently Momo has the eagle eye finding that Nia out of nowhere. They must have seen something that just tipped them off. And I mean, these players have a ton of good experience and a ton of game sense to boot. So really well played there. That's going to take 2 survivors off of gens, a 3rd one if they are going to go for this unhook. So they only have about 10 seconds before they do move to 2nd stage and are 1 hook away from being set back to campfire via the entity.
And once again, Rancor seeing a lot of value here because at this moment, they don't need to worry about someone stealthing for the unhook. They can try and pressure the closest survivor, and they do. They do get the Victor pounce, but you can still unhook with Victor. So it doesn't change that fact.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sold that that was the move to pounce on the ace. Obviously, win condition already met, so kind of anything goes at this point. But at the same time, Gino, I think just following the ace 2 hook for the 1-for-1 trade would have made a ton more sense. It would have forced another survivor to come in for the body block, but ace going down in the middle of this column tile. No way for a flashlight save or anything else, so looks like ace will end up on the hook here.
So that's gonna be the 1 death with 1 gen remaining. So in the 3v1, you want everyone to be healthy, but they do manage to get the gen, doubling it. We saw it had a little bit of pressure earlier, and that's gonna be Noed just dropping Arcade immediately, and they're gonna slug, go for the slug here at the end, see how many downs they can get with Noed.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Now, mind you, we kind of see perks stacking here. We have Rancor and Noed, so, you know, the Claudette here is double exposed, though Kate getting back up, potentially an Unbreakable, and looks like maybe a broken W and S key here. I'm sure that our refs from COTF will reach out, see if we can help with a replacement. But getting a bit of BM here from Momo, and looks like they are content with their results, celebrating their win, and not caring much for Kate or Claudette, who I imagine are launching an attempt at an escape.
Yeah, but with the gates here, there's not really much they can do, aside from trying to find the totem, which is cross-map. So that is something the survivors can do, but we do see some pools of blood. They do find the Claudette, and that's going to be the slug onto them.
Yeah, Claudette down. We do see the lights from the exit gate over here. Looks like Kate trying to get that escape, and looks like they are going to try and go for the unhook if they can dodge Victor. A 360, another one. Victor holding true, and that'll be the unhook here on the Nia for what it's worth. And Nia saying, nope, I boop your snoot. That means I escape.
We'll see if they acknowledge it. Wait, they're going for the pickup? No, they're not going to give it to them.
And I imagine Claudette here maybe crawling away towards the exit gate. They have opened it, launching EGC. Victor kind of body blocking the hook there. And it looks like they are going to go for those final 2 pickups. Not sure where Claudette is. Let's take a look-see. Looks like they're trying to make their way, but I don't think they'll be making it to...
Oh, no Deli. No
Deli.
Looks like Deli was on our ace.
Yeah, if we're looking at the perks here, it looks like a Prove Thyself, Detective's Hunch off the record, which I don't really think we saw much of. And Victor here keeping the Kate company. And looks like we are going to be bringing them to the main building for the Mori. But with that being said, GG, well played to both teams. And congratulations to Petroleum walking away victorious here in the final Dead by Daylight Community Cup for North America. So as we made mention earlier, in case you did miss it, this is the last Dead by Daylight Community Cup, but it's not the last Community Cup available to you here today, as we do have plans for Champions of the Fog Community Cups, which will be launching not in August technically, but in September. So the first Saturday of September, we're going to be getting those sign-ups up shortly, so definitely keep an eye out for those.